Hello everyone, this is Troy Harper here at Harper Cigar Lounge. Welcome back. It's great to be here with you guys today. Today is episode 15, and I've got a great show for you guys today. A really juicy show for you guys today. So I'm hoping you will enjoy this episode today of Harper Cigar Lounge. And today we will be honoring all the female rockers out there in the music world. So I'm excited to get into some of that here in a little bit. I think you're going to really enjoy this show today. So again, thanks for joining me, and I've been very anxious to get back with you guys again. I love rocking out with you guys when I get the chance, so it's great to be back. Hope you guys have brought a great smoke with you today, a great drink. Hope you got some great hard rock, heavy metal music in the background. And hope you'll have a great time. Just kick back and relax, and just escape with me today a little bit. Today I'm going to be smoking the EP Carrillo Pledge Sojourn 6x52. Great looking stick. I've had this in my humidor for, oh gosh, probably about 6 or 7 months now. And I've never had one of these. And again, it's the EP Carrillo Pledge Sojourn 6x52. The wrapper is Connecticut Habano. The binder is Ecuador. Filler is Nicaragua. And suggested retail price on this is around $12. I think I paid probably, I'm guessing $12.99 for this one. I bought this over in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Smoker Friendly over there. So anyway, hello to all of you guys over there in Cheyenne. And the origin of the cigar is Dominican Republic. Also, the cigar comes in a size 5x50 called the prequel. And again, this is called the Pledge Sojourn. I got some information off of a website called How About That Cigar? And so I'll get into what they say about the cigar. Extremely dark wrapper with a few areas of discoloration, which I see that definitely. This wrapper almost reminds me of a Colorado shade wrapper. It's got some kind of reddish areas on it. Very dark wrapper, toothy, silky, toothy. Not too veiny, but definitely toothy and very nice and silky feeling. Like I said, not too veiny. It feels really good in my hand. It is a box press cigar, as you can see. But some of the taste notes it talks about in here is in the first third, intense black pepper, dark cocoa, toasted sourdough bread, and a mineral finish. And then the second third, toasted wood, sweetness, molasses cookie, or salty caramel over a chocolate cake. And then the third third of this, the last third of this, molasses sweetness, dark fruit sweetness, dry cherries, charred wood, floral notes, and vanilla. So we'll see if it's got those taste notes or not. And then it also, on this site, discussed that the aromas have a bitter coffee and black pepper and molasses and tobacco sweetness. Cold Draw has more of the tobacco sweetness along with pepper and leather. So we'll see. We'll see if it's got all these taste notes. We'll see how this does today. I'll be kind of seeing how the construction stays. How the burn is, if it stays like an even burn or not, and if it stays lit. So anyway, those are the important things I'll be looking out for. So we'll see how this cigar does, but I'm sure it's going to be a great cigar. From the reviews on this website, they gave it a 93 rating. So we'll see. But what are you guys drinking today? I've got some black coffee. Well, not completely black. I've got some dark roast coffee with some maple syrup creamer of all things. So tastes pretty good. I thought maybe that tastes good with the cigar today. Um, I like to do rums. I like to do whiskey once in a while. I like to do some wines once in a while with my cigars. I like to do seltzer waters. But today I thought I'd do some coffee. So anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and take the foot band off of this. But again, before I do, let me get you a close-up of what that band looks like and kind of show you how that is a box press cigar. You can see that. But just a really beautiful cigar. It's got a nice cap on it, and the foot's real nice. It's got a nice foot band, which I'll take that off here before I light it. Before I toast it, I should say. See if I can get this off here without doing any damage. There we go, it's starting to come off. There we go. There's the foot band. Set that off to the side. But anyway, so the wrapper has a real mild kind of a milk chocolate taste to me. A little bit of a bitter, maybe some bitter dark chocolate as well. But anyway, today I'm gonna use my my Dead with Tobacco guillotine cutter today on this, I think. So let me get this cut. The cold draw, they suggested that the cold draw, let's see here. Trying to remember what they said about the cold draw. But anyway, yeah, cold draw has tobacco sweetness along with pepper and leather, is what is showed on here. And I definitely get some leather and some pepper, and a little sweetness. I do get that. Not sure what kind of sweetness it would be. Probably a little bit of salty caramel, kind of a sweetness to it, if you ask me. So anyway, now that I've got that cut, I'll go ahead and start toasting this. So I'm going to go ahead and use my son's, oh gosh, I forget. I always forget the name. The Zippo. I never really use these for my cigars, but I'll go ahead and use the Zippo lighter that my son got me for Christmas. My Kiss Army Zippo. I'm going to see if I can get this toasted up real nice with this here. Well, maybe I don't have enough. There we go. Well, I thought I had a. There we go. There we go. See if I can get this toasted up real nice here. I like to kind of rotate my cigar while I'm toasting it. I don't want to burn my ash on this. I just want to get it toasted nice, get it kind of heated up. I try not to rush my toasting experience. I want to get it burned evenly all the way around. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good today. Hope your week's been going good. kind of music do you guys have in the background today at your place? I'm listening to some Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I'm watching a concert of Joan Jett on YouTube. Not sure what year it's from, but it's pretty recent, it looks like. Starting to get there a little bit here. I am trying to keep the flame away from the foot as much as I can here. It's starting to get there. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see the foot glowing a little more orange. There we go. Nice and burned evenly across the foot there. I'll go ahead and close that up. So we'll see how this does. Right off the bat, I'm getting pepper, which it did say there'd be black pepper on the first third. Definitely getting some dark cocoa, like it mentions. Not really getting into the sourdough bread yet, but getting definitely some black pepper and some dark cocoa, definitely. Anyway, son Jason, the Zippo lighter did well with toasting my cigar, so did a great job. But anyway, so far, fairly even burn so far. It's building up some good ash. So, still getting a lot of black pepper, some dark cocoa. Getting a little bit of the sour notes now, I think. Yeah, definitely getting a little bit of some sour notes. Not sure if it's really sourdough bread to me, but yeah, definitely getting some sour notes on the black pepper and the dark cocoa. Definitely getting kind of a leathery taste to it. But anyway, this has been worth waiting for. Glad I could smoke this for you guys today. And while I smoke this, I'll definitely give it some ratings of my own and let you know how it's doing here. I'll try to give you as much visual as I can for you, so you kind of see how it's doing. So anyway, let's get into some heavy metal birthdays. Got a good list of birthdays today. When I do my next podcast, it'll be in February, so I want to get through the heavy metal birthdays that we've had in January, and some past, some coming up. But anyway, let me get through this as fast as I can. Adam Jones, the bassist for Tool, born on January 15th, 1965. He's age 59. So happy belated birthday, Adam Jones. Kid Rock, vocalist, born on January 17th, 1971. He's at the age of 53, so happy belated birthday, Kid Rock. Kai Hansen, guitars, vocals for Halloween, born on January 17th, 1963. He's the age of 61. Jonathan Davis, lead vocals for Korn, born on January 18th, 1971, age 53. Whitfield Crane, vocalist for Ugly Kid Joe, born on January 19th, 1968, He's at the age of 56. He's at the age of 56. Jeff Pilson, bass, backup vocals for Dokken and Foreigner. Born on January 19th, 1956. He's age 65. Paul Stanley, lead vocals, rhythm guitars for Kiss. Born on January 20th, 1952, age 72. Derek Green, lead singer for Sepultura. Born on January 20th, 1971. He's at the age of 53. Sid Wilson, and he is the turntablist for Slipknot. Born on January 20th, 1977. He's at the age of 47. Ian Hill, bass player for Judas Priest. Born on January 20th, 1951. He's age 73. And let's see here. Steve Perry, ex-lead singer for Journey, born on January 22nd, 1949. He's the age of 75. Steven Adler, ex-drummer for Guns N' Roses and drummer for Adler's Appetite, born on January 22nd, 1965. He's at the age of 59. Steve Riley, drummer for Wasp, LA Guns, born on January 22nd, 1956. He passed away on October 24th of this year. He passed away at the age of 67. He would be 68. So rest in peace, Steve. You're missed. I miss the work you've done with Wasp and LA Guns, both bands I really love. So you're missed. Thank you for everything you left behind for us, Steve. Rest in peace. God bless. And you'll never be missed. You'll never be missed, ever. And I know I can speak for many people out there. And then Robin Zander, lead vocals, rhythm guitar for Cheap Trick, born on January 23rd, 1953, age 71. Tom Kiefer, lead vocals, rhythm guitars for Cinderella, and the Tom Kiefer band that he currently has. Tom was born on January 26th. Actually, so let me stop right there. Hold on a second. Let me say happy belated birthday to everyone I've read off so far. Tom Kiefer's birthday is actually tomorrow. Today's the 25th, so now we'll be reading the birthdays that are from here on. But anyway, happy belated birthday to everyone else I read off too. You guys are huge in my book, all of you. Tom Kiefer, lead vocals, rhythm guitars for Cinderella, and the Tom Kiefer band that he currently has. He was born on January 26th, 1961, so tomorrow he'll be age 63. Eddie Van Halen, lead guitars, backing vocals for Van Halen. Born on January 26th, 1955. He passed away on October 6th of 2020. I can't believe it's been, almost 4 years that he's been, well, it's been 3 years since he's been away from us. Almost 4 years. He passed away at the age of 65. He would be 69, so 4 years, definitely. Mike Patton, lead singer for Faith No More, born on January 27th, 1968. He's at the age of 56. Janet Gers, rhythm guitars for Iron Maiden, born on January 27th, 1957. And he's at the age of 56. He's at the age of 67. Born on January 27th, 1957, so yeah, age 67. Adrian Vandenberg, guitarist for Whitesnake and Vandenberg, born on January 31st, 1954. He will be age 70. And then Jeff Hanneman, rhythm guitars, vocals for Slayer, born on January, he was born on, let's see here. I wrote down the wrong year. He was born on January 23rd, or January 31st. I'm sorry. Oh, here, let's see. No, anyway, I did write down the wrong year, so I can't remember what year he was born, but he was born on January 23rd, January 31st. But anyway, he would be 60 if he was alive. So rest in peace, Jeff. He died on May 2nd of 2013 at the age of 49. And so he would be 60 if he was still alive. So rest in peace, Jeff Hanneman. Again, he was the rhythm guitars, backup vocals for Slayer. So anyway, Um, wish I didn't mess up the year he was born. Darn it. Anyway, um, let's see here. Let's see. He would be 60. So he must have been born around, because I'm 53. So that's, and he would be 60. I'm 53. So he's around 8 years older than me. So he would have been born in like 63 or 62. My math is terrible tonight. I'm sorry. But anyway, so those are your birthdays. So anyway, happy birthday to all of you guys out there, and happy belated birthday to a lot of you out there. And you guys have birthdays coming up. I hope you guys have great birthdays. Thanks for all you do for us in the music world out there. Cheers to you guys out there that have birthdays. But anyway, thank you for all your talents and everything you've done to give us great memories and to continue to give us great music that we can enjoy each day and appreciate. So anyway, those are all your heavy metal birthdays. Anyway, guys, I got a great show for you guys today. I'm really excited for this show today. I'm just more excited to be back with you guys, if anything. And I hope you guys will enjoy yourselves today. I hope that what I discussed today you'll appreciate. Like I said, when I first started this show today, we're going to be discussing all the female rockers in the music world out there. So anyway, so that's what we'll be getting into here in a little bit. We'll be honoring all the women rockers today. So anyway, heavy metal news, and I get all my information from blabbermouth.net. Bruce Dickinson, he will be releasing a music video for a new solo single, Rain on the Graves, from the new solo album he's got called the Mandrake Project. And that'll be released March 1st of 2024 on BMG, that new album of his. Some of his other solo albums for you to check out. His first one was Tattoo Millionaire back in 1990. And on my Harper Cigar Lounge group page, there is a quick little interview that he did for where he's discussing the Tattoo Millionaire solo project. So anyway, but that album came out in 1990, and then he had Balls to Picasso in 1994, Skunk Works in 1996, Accident of Birth 1997, The Chemical Wedding 1998, and Tyranny of Souls in 2005. So those are his other solo projects for you to check out. Paul Bruce Dickinson was born on August 7th, 1958. He was born in Worksop, Nottinghamshire, England. He's at the age of 65 right now. He has been with Iron Maiden since 1982. He did leave in 93 and then came back in 99, and he's still with Iron Maiden. And then he, in the very beginning, he left a British band called Samson. It was a new wave heavy metal band out of England, of course. And so it was a band called Samson. He left them to join Iron Maiden in 1982. And then, let's see here. The X Factor and Virtual 11 were the albums that were done by Blaze Bayley with Iron Maiden while Bruce Dickinson was out. But so Bruce Dickinson came back in 99, and then he's been with them since. So, but make sure you catch Iron Maiden on the Future Past tour. That's going to be starting up this next October. They'll be starting back up in the States. And that'll be starting off in Chula Vista, California, and will end November 17th of 2024 in San Antonio, Texas. I'll have the privilege of getting to see him again over in Denver, Colorado at the Ball Arena on October 19th of this year. So I'm very excited to see Iron Maiden again. So anyway, I can't wait to get back to seeing them again. They always put on such a damn good show. And then next in news for the heavy metal news, Van Halen's Live Right Here, Right Now vinyl will be out on 180 gram vinyl. It's a 4 LP set. It'll be on black vinyl, and that'll be available next month on February 23rd of this year. And let's see here. That album was from the Unlawful Carnal Knowledge Tour, and that was back in 1992. This album was recorded at the Ceylon Arena in Fresno, California, on May 14th and 15th of '92, and it features, of course, Sammy Hagar on vocals, guitars, on acoustic guitars, and electric guitars. Eddie Van Halen on guitars. Rest in peace, Eddie. You're missed every day. Alex Van Halen on drums, and Michael Anthony on bass, backup vocals. And Eddie Van Halen also did backup vocals as well. So anyway, so rest in peace, Eddie. You're missed every day. But if you guys remember the Live Right Here, Right Now live CD or cassette, or yeah, it wasn't on vinyl back then. This was the first time it's on vinyl. But if you remember that live set, and it's on DVD as well, if you can find that. It was a great show, definitely. Live Right Now, or Live Without a Net, that was brought out on the 5150 tour. That was several years before. I thought that was a little bit of a better show. But this is a little bit of a longer show, and some really great songs on it, definitely. But I did like Live Without a Net. I really did like that concert. So anyway, but if you're a fan of the album Live Right Here, Right Now, definitely check that out next month. I'm not sure what the price range is going to be on that vinyl. I've seen different prices. I've seen it from $80 up to almost $300, depending on who you buy it through. So, and I know there's an option of buying red and black splatter LPs out there too, that came out here not too long ago. So anyway, moving on. Ex-White Lion frontman Mike Tramp, he'll be releasing his second solo album here on March 15th on Target Records. And this album's all in, it's in Danish. So he's from Denmark originally, so everything that he's done for solo albums has been in the Danish language, or he's done some other solo albums in some other languages. But he's got a, let's see here. Yeah, so anyway, I was thinking there was maybe a single that he announced here, but he's announced the album. It's called Mand Fin Tip. I don't know, I can't pronounce it very well. It's in Danish. But anyway, it's going to be released March 15th on Target Records. If you're a big fan of Mike Tramp and you understand the Danish language, it might be a good album to pick up. So anyway, but some of the past White Lion albums that Mike Tramp was a part of was 1985's Fight to Survive. My foot hit my stand. I'm sorry, guys. Pride in 1987. Big Game in 1989. 1991 was Main Attraction, and then 2008 was Return of the Pride, which he had a whole new lineup of band members in that. Let's see here. So some of the hits that they had was Broken Heart, Wait, Tell Me. Let's see here. Wait, Tell Me When the, or say, yeah, Tell Me When the Children Cry. So let me start over. That didn't sound right. Wait, When the Children Cry, Tell Me, Little Fighter, Radar Love, Cry for Freedom, Lights and Thunder, Love Don't Come Easy, Broken Heart, Radar Love, if I didn't mention that. Those are some of the hits they had back in the 80s, from 85 to 89. And then 91 was some of these hits as well. Lights and Thunder, Love Don't Come Easy, Broken Heart. That was a 91. And then there was no hits off the album from the 2008 Return of the Pride. It was a total flop, I guess, because it was all new band members, and it just wasn't successful at all, I guess. I'm going to have to give this a little bit of a light again. The Zippo lighters just don't seem to give it enough of a good light. Seems like when I light these with a Zippo, and maybe I just don't have the technique down right very well. I don't know. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use my regular jet lighter here. And I'll see how that does. I was going to tell you guys, I got the smoke a little bit too close to my nose. Definitely getting some really good aromas. Getting some kind of sweet aromas off of this. Some kind of charred wood or oak kind of scents or aromas off of this. But anyway, smells really good smelling cigar. Starting to build up some good ash again. Fairly even burn so far. So anyway, but tasting really good so far. I'm not sure if I'm really getting some of the taste notes they're talking about. I want to say I'm definitely getting some kind of a molasses flavor out of this right now. Getting some charred wood or some charred cedar, maybe some black pepper. Getting some sweetness. I'm guessing it's I want to say it's kind of a salty caramel, maybe, on the roof of my mouth. On the back of my tongue, getting almost kind of a cinnamon kind of a flavor off of this. Still getting some of the pepper, and still getting some of the dark cocoa. But anyway, so far I'm pretty impressed with this cigar. I had to give it a relight, but I don't know if the Zippo really did the job it's supposed to. But anyway, right now I'm going to probably rate it at a 94, I think. So we'll see how it continues to do. Excuse me. I need to get a drink of water, I think. Okay. All right, now I'm better. Okay. Let's see here. Where was I? Okay, so next on the news that we have today is Mick Mars from Ex Motley Crue. He's got his third single, Undone, coming out from the album The Other Side of Mars, which that album will be out on February 23rd of this year. And then Bon Jovi, he'll have a 40th anniversary deluxe edition coming out of their debut album. And that album, I want to say, came out in 1983, I want to say. But anyway, so there will be some bonus materials on it. And there will be a limited edition cassette as well. And this will be coming out April 5th of this year. And it'll also be available on all streaming platforms as well. But I don't know if you remember the songs off their first album. She Don't Know Me. Runaway was the other one that they had. Those were the two big hits off that album. I've been looking for this album for a little while. I just haven't found a very good copy yet. So maybe this is something I'll have to look into. we'll see what the pricing is on it. But I've been still trying to find that first Bon Jovi album of theirs. So we'll see if I can maybe see what the price is on the deluxe edition. I might look at that if it's available, and easy to get a hold of. So we'll have to see if I can maybe find that album. So anyway, that's all I got for metal news today. There wasn't a lot that I felt was real important to get into. But if you go to blabbermouth.net, and I'll put the link up on my Harper Cigar Lounge group page for y'all. But I'll have that link up. But blabbermouth.net, there is some other news out there that you might be interested in. So if you are curious about some of the other news that's going on throughout the music world out there, check out blabbermouth.net. So anyway, so let's see. We've gone through the birthdays. We've gone through the metal news. So now we will be getting into the juicy part of this podcast, all the women rockers. Anyway, so good tasting cigar, definitely, everybody. It's doing pretty good still. Still a lot of great smoke coming off of this. Still tasting great. The burn line's getting just a little uneven, but we'll see if it fixes itself and works its way out of that. But so anyway, the first female hard rock artist I want to get into is the band Vixen. And they were formed. They started in St. Paul, Minnesota, and this is the only album I've got of theirs. This was from 1988 on Emmy Manhattan Records. But great album. I'm looking into getting the next album after this one, which is called Rev It Up, I believe. This one's just called Vixen, but the next one's called Rev It Up. I've been looking for that CD. But there's a shot of the girls right there from that time. And the only original member to this day is Roxy, the drummer, which I'll get into her here. But I'll open it up. There's the inside of this CD. There's the girls there. But anyway, this CD's got some really great songs on it. Edge of a Broken Heart was their big one. I Want to Rock Me, Crying was another big hit of theirs. American Dream, Desperate, One Night Alone, Hellraisers, Love Made Me, Waiting, Cruising, and Charmed Life were the other songs on this album. But let me get into Vixen a little bit of history, and we'll discuss them here a little bit. Again, they were formed in St. Paul, Minnesota in 1980. Did not become successful until 1987 through 1992. The band at that time was Jan Lynn Keumann. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce her name exactly. Jan Lynn Keumann, lead vocals and lead guitars. She was a founding band member of the band Vixen. Born on November 18, 1953 in St. Paul, Minnesota. She did fortunately pass away on October 10th of 2013 of cancer in Colorado Springs, Colorado, in a hospital there. She was 59 years old at the time. She was with Vixen until her passing. So rest in peace, Jan. You're missed. Thank you for everything you contributed to Vixen. Thank you for everything you left behind for us to enjoy still. Rest in peace. She was born on November 18, 1953 in St. Paul, Minnesota. And again, that's when she was born. And again, she died on October 10th, 2013 in Colorado Springs, Colorado, at a hospital there. Died of cancer. So anyway, so she's missed, I know. And then at this time of their success, Janet Patricia Gardner, she was a lead and backing vocals and rhythm guitar. So she ended up kind of taking over the lead vocals for Jan. So anyway, but it's funny they both had the same names almost. Um, Jan Lynn and then Janet Patricia Gardner. So again, she did lead and backing vocals, lead guitars, or I'm sorry, rhythm guitars. She was active with Vixen from 1983 to 92, and then they all kind of split up until 97, and then they were back together in 2001, back together in 2004, and then back together in 2012 through 2019. And then she was born on March 17, 1962. So she's at the age of 61, and she was born in Juneau, Alaska. So, and I actually, me and my brother got to go see Vixen at the Rock and the Railroad Festival in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Went there to go see my buddy Striper, of course, and got to hang out with Lita Ford a little bit. But Vixen was there that day too, so I got to see Janet Gardner sing, and she did great. She was a great vocalist, definitely. So anyway, again, she hasn't been with Vixen since 2019. And then let's see here. Sharon June Ross Peterson, bassist, backing vocals, and songwriter for Vixen. She was active early 1980s through 2022, so she just left them in 2022. She was born on March 21st, 1963. She's at the age of 60 right now. And she was born in Glencoe, Minnesota. And then the only original member left of Vixen is Roxy Dora Petrucci, and she's on drums. Only original member left, like I said. And she's been active with Vixen from 1981 to 1991, and then 1997 to 1998, then 2001, and then 2004 to present time right now. And then she was born on March 17th of 1962 in Rochester, Michigan, and she's at the age of 61 right now. So all these gals, they all look great still. I've seen stuff with them with other projects they've been a part of, and on YouTube interviews and different things, and they all look really good still. I wish the original members could be still together, but they're doing good still. They got a different lineup, of course, and I'll read you that lineup right now. So the current members right now is, again, Roxy Petrucci, drummer, and then on guitars and vocals is Brittany Lightning, 2014. Let's see here. I think she joined in 2014, and she's with them still. And then lead vocals is Lorraine Lewis. She was with Femme Fatale back in 1987 to 1990, and then she reformed the band in 2013 through 2019 with an all-female lineup. In the beginning, it was just her. She was the only female in the band. It was all men that backed her up in that band. And then on bass is Julie Legg. She joined in 2023, and she's with them still. So anyway, that's your current lineup right now with Vixen. Anyway, but they've had and I didn't write all their hits down, but they've got a lot of hits. I wish I would have written down all the different songs they've brought out on the other albums besides the first one, which I said Edge of a Broken Heart and Crime were their big hits on the first album. I wish I would have wrote down all the hits they had from the other albums, and I didn't, so I apologize. But if you look at Vixen, if you just Google Vixen, go to Wikipedia and Google Vixen, you can look up all their discography, and it'll tell you all the hits they had off of each album. But maybe you guys have some Vixen albums. If you do, let me know in the comments if you got any other Vixen albums, or if you got this one as well that I showed you. But if you got any Vixen albums, let me know what you think of Vixen, and if you've gotten to see them, if you've met them, if you've seen them in concert, if you follow them, let me know what you think of Vixen, what you think of them now, and compared to back in the 80s. I still think they're a great band, I really do. My cigar is starting to go out on me a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and give it one more relight, and hopefully this will be the last relight I have to do. When I have to relight a cigar, it really doesn't ruin the experience for me too much, to be honest with you. Looks like a Kiss concert in here, doesn't it, guys? All the smoke and fire. Oh gosh, guys, I'm glad you're here with me today. It's been a good week. I've been a little bit under the weather, but I'm doing better. It's just seems like it's been a rough year for a lot of people. A lot of people under the weather, just not feeling themselves. And that was definitely me. You know, I went ahead and called in sick yesterday just to give myself some time to rest. I've been working a lot, and I think just all the work I've been doing and not getting enough sleep, I think it has caught up with me. So I decided to take the day off yesterday to catch up on some rest and get myself to start feeling better. So today I'm feeling much better. Doing much better today, I really am. And so anyway, I hope you guys have been feeling okay out there, and hope you've been not getting any illnesses or anything. Hope you're staying healthy and strong. So anyway, let's see here. Who else do I want to discuss today? Let's see here. How about if we get into a little bit of Doro Pesch. Doro Pesch is a great lady. I don't really have any of their CDs. I kind of got into Warlock kind of late, I guess, but I happened to pick up this DVD of Warlock. It's a live concert that took place at the Camden Palace over in London, England, and that was back in 1985. Here's the band at the time, what they look like. Well, I'm sorry, those are all pictures of Doro Pesch. I apologize. Right there. She was a model before she got into singing before she got into singing heavy metal. And I wish I had a picture of the band with me. But anyway, just her band looked awesome. Just a great backup band that she had. All the guys had long black hair, and then she had this blonde hair, so it really made a pretty cool statement, if you ask me. But the band members at the time, of course, was Doro Pesch on vocals at this time, Rudy Graff on guitar, Peter Zaghetti on guitars, Micah Urick on drums, Frank Rattel on bass. And the songs that were on this concert, some of their big hits was Out of Control, Earthshaker Rock. How about if we get some Quaker rock going out there? Any Quakers out there that are into heavy metal? Earthshaker Rock, Metal Racer, Wrathchild, Hellbound, Holding Me, Shout It Out, Evil, Without You, Hateful Guy, All Night, Burning the Witches, which is my favorite song of theirs, Time to Die. Burning the Witches is an awesome song on this. So anyway, Doro Pesch, considered the queen of metal. She was born on June 3rd, 1964, age 59. And she was born in Dusseldorf, West Germany. And the albums that Warlock had out in the 80s was Burning the Witches in 1984, Hellbound in 1985, True as Steel in 1986, Triumph and Agony in 1987. And then there's also a Triumph and Agony live where they do the whole album live, and that just came out, and that's on a limited clear blue vinyl on Rare Diamond Productions. But anyway, so let's see here. Burning the Witches was on Mausoleum Records. All the rest of the albums that I just listed off were on Vertigo Mercury. Some of the big hits they had again was Metal Racer, Burning the Witches, Hateful Guy, All Night, Hellbound, Earth. There I go again. Earth Shaker Rock, Out of Control, Time to Die, Fight for Rock, Evil, All We Are, I Rule the Ruins, and that was it for all their hits. That was all the big hits they had. And then Doral Pesh has a great catalog of solo albums she's done. Let's see here. Force Majeure, 1989. Doro, 1990. True at Heart, 1991. Angels Never Die, 1993. Machine to Machine, 1995. Love Me in Black in 98. Calling the Wild in 2000. Fight in 2002. Classic Diamonds in 2004. Warrior Soul 2006. Fear No Evil in 2009. Raise Your Fist 2012. Forever Warriors Forever United 2018. And the recent one she's just done is Conquerors Forever Strong and Proud and that just came out in 2023. So there's a big list of albums. If you're a fan of Warlock, make sure you check out all of her other stuff too. She's got a lot of great music. I wish I would have gotten in. I had always heard of Warlock when I was young, but I never knew any of my friends that had any of their albums. And as I got older, I just kind of was curious about them, so I started looking them up on YouTube and really liked what I was hearing. So I found that DVD I just showed you, but I haven't really picked up any of the CDs. They're very pricey and they're hard to get a hold of. A lot of them aren't available in the States, so it's been really hard to get a hold of anything. But if you guys have any Warlock or Doral Pesh music, let me know what you think of her and what you think of that band. But Doral Pesh, she's a great front vocalist. She's a great singer. She's got a lot of edginess to her. And very beautiful lady. Yeah, like I said, I read that she was a model before she got into music over in Germany. So I can see how that would be. But she's got such a great, powerful voice. I just fell in love with her voice as soon as I heard it. I wish I would have gotten into them a lot sooner. So anyway, if you want a great concert, this is a great concert to pick up. And this is on CD and vinyl as well. So anyway, if you run into this, pick it up. I'm not sure how much this runs nowadays. I've had this for probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now I've had this. So, but I've watched it quite a bit. But anyway, great concert. I think you'll really enjoy this if you can get a hold of it. I know it's on YouTube as well. If you don't want to put the money out on this DVD, go to YouTube. They've got the show on YouTube. And I've been kind of checking out some of her other live stuff. And everything I hear is really, really good. I just wish it was easier to get a hold of some of her. I think her solo music's easy to get a hold of, and I just need to probably look at. Sorry, I'm not flipping you guys off my eye itches. But anyway, I need to look into getting probably a little bit of some of her music. I'm hoping I can find like a greatest hits from all the studio albums and maybe some of her solo stuff as well. Anyway, I wish I knew when this concert was, this Joan Jett concert watching. I wish I knew where it was recorded and what year exactly. It doesn't say, but it looks like it's pretty recent. But she's singing some of her greatest music that she's ever wrote up there. So, but anyway, she's been enjoyable to listen to in the background. What are you guys listening to in the background today, guys? I was in the mood to listen to some Joan Jett today. I got to see her with Aerosmith in '90, and I got to meet her guitarist. And of course, I'd have to forget his name now. Hopefully, his name will come back to me here in a minute. I've discussed him on some of my past podcasts concerning Joan Jett. Rudy Bird. Met him before the Aerosmith show, and this was on the Pump Tour. And I got to see him in Miami, Florida back in 1990. And so Joan Jett was opening up. So I got to meet Rudy Bird, got a guitar pick off of him, got an autograph. Just a great guy. He was a great guy to talk to. He was talking to a guy that made all of his guitar picks. And so this guy had this big portfolio of all these guitar picks, of all these different designs of guitar picks. And Rudy Bird was out there picking out what guitar picks he wanted this guy to make for him. It was really cool. And so after he got done talking to this guy, he talked to me and a couple other guys I was around in the area at the arena. And just a really super nice guy. Gave us each a guitar pick and gave us an autograph and talked to us for a few minutes. Just a really down-to-earth nice guy. And he hasn't been with Joan Jett now for quite a while. But just a really, really good guy. I really enjoyed talking to him for the few minutes I got to. It was really nice of him to take time for us at the time. So, but anyway, speaking of Joan Jett, that's the next person I'm going to get into here. I used to have different Joan Jett CDs and stuff, and I'm not sure whatever happened to them. I don't know if past girlfriends took them or what. I don't know, but I've got this here that I picked up a little while back. It's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Greatest Hits, and it's got a lot of her great songs on there, as you can see. Well, she's definitely one of my favorite female vocalists for hard rock, heavy metal. She's got kind of a punk edge to her, and I'm sure you guys all know who Joan Jett is. But if you know her like I do, she's definitely got a little bit of a punk edge to her. When she was opening up for Aerosmith, she had her head shaved, which was really sad to see. I didn't like that because I've always liked her hair, but that's the inside. It's got a little bit of a kind of a CD jacket or a little bit of a record jacket look to it. And let's see here. It's a 2 CD set. So there's the other CD there. I was trying to remember if there was a book in here or not. No book. Nothing like that in there, but really great set. So she's kind of got some of the songs on here from the days that she was with the Runaways. So Cherry Bomb is on here. You Drive Me Wild. School Days. I love the song School Days that when she sings it. Love Is Pain, Bad Reputation. So kind of getting into the solo stuff now. Love Is Pain, Bad Reputation. You don't know what you've got. I Want You. I Love Rock and Roll. I'm Gonna Run Away. Crimson and Clover, which is a cover song. What she's singing right now, Crimson and Clover, right now. One of my favorite songs of hers. Even though she didn't write it, she does a great job of singing it. I'm trying to remember the band that wrote that song originally. If you guys know, you tell me. I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up and put it in the comments for you guys so you know who wrote that if you're not sure who did. And then the next song, which is, I love this song too. Do You Want to Touch Me? Oh Yeah. The French song, Everyday People, Fake Friends. Light of Day, which was a great song. I Hate Myself for Loving You, another great hit. Backlash, Activity Girl, Love Is All Around. Androgynous, AC/DC is the last song, which I won't have to tell you what that song's about, I'm sure, if you think about it. So anyway, those are all the songs on this, but I love Joan Jett. She's a great vocalist. I love her style. I love her edginess. She's got that punk kind of look to her, punk style, kind of with her singing and how she acts on stage. But she's hung around a lot of the punk bands. She used to hang around with a lot of the punk bands from the 70s, like the Sex Pistols. She hung out with those guys quite a bit. And a lot of that kind of stuff comes out in her style of music and just how she acts on stage and everything, her look. But anyway, there's the inside of that greatest hits CD that I got here. So anyway, great album. I've listened to it often. I'm probably going to listen to it again later today. But let me give you a rundown of all of her solo albums. Let's see here. So Joan Jett from 1980. I Love Rock and Roll in 1981. Album is called 1983. Glorious Results of a Misspent Youth, 1984. Good Music in 1986. Up Your Alley from 1988. Notorious from 1991. Pure and Simple from 1994. Naked from 2004. Sinner from 2006. Let's see, Unvarnished 2013. Change Up 2022. And then she's got another album called Mindsets that came out this last year. So some of the big hits she's had is Bad Reputation. Do You Want to Touch Me? Oh Yeah, like I've discussed. I Love Rock and Roll, Crimson Clover, Bits and Pieces, Fake Friends, Everyday People, I Hate Myself for Loving You are just some of her hits. Of course, I read off all the big hits off that album that I just showed you. So anyway, Joan Jett, she was with the Runaways from 1975 to 1979. She found the band at the age of 16. And she had along with her at the time was Sandy West on drums, Mickey Steele, who sang and played bass, Jackie Fox on bass, Lita Ford played lead guitars and backing vocals as well. Sherry Curry was the lead vocalist, and she also was on keyboards, guitars, and tambourine. So that was the year she was with the Runaways. And of course, they had the big hit Cherry Bomb and School Days were the two biggest hits I remember. And then Joan Jett was born, her original name is Joan Marie Larkin. Not sure how she came out with the Jet part for her name. But anyway, her original name is Joan Marie Larkin. Born on September 22nd, 1958. She's at the age of 65 right now. And she was born in Winewood, Pennsylvania. Lives in Long Beach, New York since the late 70s. So she still resides in Long Beach, California, or Long Beach, New York. I apologize, Long Beach, New York. And she's been there since the late 70s. So, but anyway, just one of my other favorite all-time singers is Joan Jett. So, and I told you guys last time on my last podcast that I was wanting to get a hold of the Lita Ford time capsule. So I finally got it, and it's a really, really good CD. I'll tell you the songs on this. And of course, the songs that were on this are songs that she wrote that never got put on any of her albums. It says the first song is Intro, which is just some music, and then it gets into the second song, Where Will I Find My Heart Tonight? Killing Kind, War of the Angels. I'm going to put my cigar down for a moment. I'll probably have to relight it, I'm guessing, once I'm done talking. Black Leather Heart, Rotten to the Core, Little Wing, On the Fast Track, King of the Wild Wind, Mr. Corruption, Anything for the Thrill. And this is on Steam Hammer Records. And this came out in 2016. So it took me a while to get this. And I'll show you the inside of the book here. So there's the front, there's the back, and then just a lot of great pictures of her in here. Just a very, very nice lady. I, of course, got to hang out with her a little bit in 2014. I was hanging out with my buddy Striper, like I discussed, over in Sheridan, Wyoming. I'll show you that. There's some different pictures of her with different guys that helped with this album. Some of the guys, some of the different artists that helped her was Gene Simmons on bass and Bruce Kulick on guitar, both from Kiss, of course. Also, let's see here, who else was on here? Gosh, I'm trying to think of who else was on here. Well, he had a birthday here, so let me go back and look at the birthdays real quick. Let's see here. Thought he had a birthday. Well, maybe not. I was thinking he had a birthday, but darn it, I'm trying to think of he's the lead guitarist for Cheap Trick. Why can't I think of his name right now? Well, anyway, let's see. I'm trying to think of who all she had. She had Gene Simmons and Bruce Kulick, and she had some other guys helping her on this album too that are from different bands. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Billy Sheehan from Mr. Big was also on here. Roger Carter on drums. Keyboards, David Ezrin, David Ezzy Aaron. Robin Zander, that's who I'm trying to think of. Robin Zander, lead guitarist for Cheap Trick on here. Rick Nielsen is the lead guitarist for Cheap Trick, I'm sorry. And then Robin Zander was on here as well. Just a lot of different guys on this, helping her on this album. Jeff Scott, again, Bruce Kulick, Joe Taylor, Greg Babiccio, and then Roger Carter on drums, mandolin, Dave Navarro, keyboards, again, David Ezzy Aaron. So just a lot of different guys helping her, but yeah, so anyway, great album, and I'm glad I finally got it. It's got kind of a mixture of, it's got some ballad type stuff. It's got some hard hitters, some hard edgy songs from her. That sounds like some of her early stuff, and kind of in the early 90s, she had kind of went back to an edgier sound. So you can kind of tell when these songs were written and kind of what era they were written for. You can just tell by the way the songs sound. But anyway, I'm really happy I got a hold of this finally, but really great CD. I'm glad I got it. And then again, it's called Time Capsule. So if you ever run into this CD and you're a Lita Ford fan, definitely pick this up. I think you'll be happy with it. So anyway, and then let's see here. Got to get my notes back in order here. I got my notes all messed up. So anyway, let's see here. Got to find my stuff here. Here we go. Okay. Another vocalist that I really love. Before I get into the last artist that I want to discuss today, I love Stevie Nicks, and this is autographed by her. This is the Wild Heart album, and this album came out in 1983. But anyway, really great album. Some of the hits on this was If Anyone Falls. Let's see here. That might have been the big hit off of this. If Anyone Falls in Love, I mentioned. I know Wild Heart. Some of their songs on here is Gate and Garden, Enchanted, Nightbird, Stand Back was the other big song she had off of this. Huge song. Really love that song. I Will Run to You with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Nothing Ever Changes. Sable on Blonde, Beauty and the Beast. Kind of a slow song of hers. But anyway, there's the back of that album right there. And I believe this gal right here, which I can't remember her name, I believe that's Stevie Nicks' sister. That same backup vocals for her. Anyway, here's a picture of the full back with her in the backup singers. Another picture on that side. I was going to see if it mentioned the names here. Anyway, yeah, so her band at the time was David Williams on guitar, Sandy Stewart on synthesizer, Bobby Hall on percussion, Waddy Wachtel on guitar, Ian Wallace on percussion. I know I didn't pronounce Waddy Wachtel's name probably right. Russ Kunkel on drums, Steve Lukather on guitar, Marvin Caruso on drums, and I was going to see if it mentioned any of the backup singers. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing where. I'll see here. Ladies vocals: Sharon Solani and Lori Perry. So anyway, that's who they list for the singers. But I see three singers in there besides her. So I'm not sure why they only listed 2 of them. Not sure why. But this is a really great album of hers. If you love Stevie Nicks, definitely a good album to grab. I got this on eBay, of course. As you guys know, you guys probably know I'm kind of an eBayer. I find a lot of great stuff on eBay for vintage albums and everything, and I've been lucky to find some of the stuff I've found. This was in there also, just all the lyrics as well. So anyway, great album of Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart from 1983. Let's see here. And then another really good album of hers is Belladonna. And this was from 1981, I believe. Yeah, 1981. And this is a really good album. It's got a live set on here from 1981. She starts out with Gold Dust Woman that she sang with Fleetwood Mac. Probably my favorite song of hers. But anyway, this album contains the songs Belladonna, Kind of Woman, Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty. Great song. Think About It, After the Glitter Fades, Edge of 17, another great song of hers. How Still My Love, Leather and Lace, Outside the Rain, The Highwayman. And then she's got some outtakes on here, some demos. But I've always loved Stevie Nicks. She's just got such a great voice, very sultry and kind of raspy. Anyway, those are all the pictures of her in there. You can see that. Anyway, so great album of hers as well. And I've got this Greatest Hits album of hers. And that, just a great photo of her there. Another great photo of her on the inside. And this Greatest Hits, which is called The Very Best of Stevie Nicks, came out in 2007 on Reprise Records. And it's just got all of her big hits on here. Edge of 17, I Can't Wait, Sorcerer, If Anyone Falls in Love, Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty, Silver Springs with Fleetwood Mac, Dreams with Deep Dish, Ryan on Live, Rooms on Fire, love that song, Talk to Me, Landslide, live with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, Stand Back, Planet of the Universe, Rock and Roll Live, which was from Led Zeppelin. Great Led Zeppelin cover she does right there. Leather and Lace with Don Henley, Edge of 17 live with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra as well. Really good Greatest Hits. If you ever run into this one, it's called Crystal Visions is actually what it's called. Crystal Visions, The Very Best of Stevie Nicks. Came with a really cool sticker, which I'll never take off of this. I'll always keep it inside the CD. But just some really, really great photos in there of her and her singers. Kind of a neat image of Stevie Nicks there. Some live shots. A little bit older picture of her there where she's a little bit older now. Some different photos there of everyone that's involved with her there. And then that's the back, the very last page. So anyway, great album of Stevie Nicks. And the sticker was a nice little extra, I thought, of Stevie Nicks. So anyway, just another vocalist, female artist that I love. And I, of course, would not put her in the heavy metal genre at all. And I don't even know if I'd put her in the hard rock genre at all. I'd say she's probably just more rock, if anything. But just her vocals have just always haunted me, gave me chills, makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck whenever she sings. And whenever she gets those high notes, and her voice just kind of gets a little, I don't know what you'd call it, but her voice just gets just really raspy and just really, her voice is just very haunting. And just she's just got that kind of voice that just gives you chills and gives you, makes the hair stand up in the back of your neck. And then here's my Fleetwood Mac Rumor CD, and that's Stevie Nicks on the front there, of course. And Mick Fleetwood as well right there. And then here's the inside of it. But just some of the great songs that she is a part of on this, of course, is The Chain. Gold Dust Woman's on here. I love that song. And then just a lot of great songs on this CD. Secondhand News, Dreams, Never Going Back Again, Don't Stop. Another great song. Go Your Own Way that she's a part of on this. Songbird. The Chain, which her vocals are very strong in that. You Make Loving Fun. I Don't Want to Know. Oh Daddy, and then Gold Dust Woman, my favorite song of all time with Stevie Nicks. So anyway, those are all the stuff from Stevie Nicks that I got that I love. The last group I want to get involved with or to discuss, and I'm going to relight my cigar here. It's been a good cigar. I've had to relight it now a few times, but that's just because of me talking, I really think, a lot of the time, like I've discussed on my other podcasts. And I thought it was just me, but watching other podcasts, I've seen guys where they have to relight their cigars as well. Especially on the Cigar Junkies, I see where Corey Banks on there has relighted his cigar several times too. So I'm glad it's just not me, I guess. I guess it's just the way it goes with cigars. They don't always stay lit, but it doesn't ruin the experience for me by any means, like I said. I just end up using more of my butane is all, which I'm glad butane's cheap. I'm glad it's not expensive. Anyway, get this relit here, and hopefully I'll be good to go for a little bit. Hopefully the music in the background is not too loud. Don't want YouTube coming after me for copyright infringement or whatever they want to call it. Okay. See if I can keep this going now for a little bit. It tastes really good with my coffee. for as much as I've discussed so far, we're making pretty good time. I got a little bit of time left. But anyway, the last artist I want to get into is the band Heart. I've been a huge fan of Heart for a long time. And I got my favorite albums with me here. I don't have anything from the 70s. I wasn't into Heart so much in the 70s era. I did like Barracuda and Magic Man, Crazy on You. I did like those songs a lot. But those were really the only songs I really liked from Heart in the 70s. But I really got into their music in the 80s. It was just their look and style was more what I was into. So the first album that I, let's see here. The first album that they came out with in the 80s was this one right here. It's just called Heart. Really great album. This came out in 1983, I want to say. Yeah, 1980, let's see. No, 1985, I apologize. 1985. And some of the great songs on this is If Looks Could Kill. Huge hit of theirs. What About Love? Another huge hit. Never. These Dreams. Just tons of hits on this album. Then The Wolf, All Eyes, Nobody Home, Nothing at All, another big hit. What He Don't Know and Shell Shock were the songs on this, and great band at that time. I love the way they looked, kind of flashy. And then here's the inside of the album. That's my album sleeve there. But anyway, great album. Love this album. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm glad I was able to get a hold of this in the shape it's in when I did. I've had this album for, I don't know, about 4 years now probably, and I've listened to it quite a bit. But anyway, let me get into some Heart. Heart was originated out of Seattle, Washington in 1973. They've had 21 total past members, a lot of past members. But the members they had at the time, from 1973 to the late 70s, was Roger Fisher on guitar, Steve Fossen on bass guitar, Ann Wilson, lead vocals, flute, Nancy Wilson, rhythm guitar and vocals, Michael Dorosher on drums, Howard Leese on guitars, keyboards, and backing vocals, which he was with Heart through the 80s still. And then in 2013, Heart was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The members that I just mentioned were also inducted in that Hall of Fame. And again, some of their hits in the 70s was Magic Man, Barracuda, Crazy on You, Dreamboat Annie. And those are all the songs that I really liked from the 70s. And then, let's see here, Heart, just some history from Heart. Let's see here. Ann Wilson, also known as Ann Dustin Wilson. She's the one with the black hair. Born on June 19, 1950. She's at the age of 73 right now. She's from San Diego, California. And of course, she's vocals, guitar, and songwriter. Does most of the vocals. And then Nancy Wilson, she's the one with the blonde hair. Ann's sister, of course. So Nancy her full name is Nancy Lamoro Wilson, and she was born on March 16th, 1954. So she's at the age of 69, so a little bit younger. And she was born in San Francisco, California. And of course, she does guitar, vocals, and songwriting as well. So anyway, Heart has had 4 Grammy Award nominations. Has sold over 50 million records worldwide. 22.5 million of those were in the U.S. They've had top 10 albums with Billboard 200 in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2010s. So they've had 10 albums with the Billboard 200. Was ranked number 57 on VH1's 100 Greatest Artists of All Time of Hard Rock. Ranked 49 on Ultimate Classic Rock's Top 100. So they've been a very successful band, and I think everybody knows who Heart is. And they are going to be on. See, they are going to be on tour this year with Def Leppard, with Journey, the Jay Giles, or the Steve Miller Band, and I want to say there's one other band that's Cheap Trick is also going to be out on tour with Heart this over the summertime, and I think they're going to be doing an anniversary tour in 2025. I want to say, if I heard that right, but so a lot of their hits from the 80s was "What About Love," "Never." There's 13 hits here. "What About Love," "Never," "These Dreams," "Nothing at All," "If Looks Could Kill," "Alone," that's probably one of my favorite songs of theirs. Who Will Run to You?" "There's the Girl," I Want You So Bad," "All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You," "I Didn't Want to Need You," "Stranded," and "Secret." Anyway, just so many great songs from Heart, and they're just Ann and Nancy Wilson's voices their voices again just make the hair stand up on the back of my neck when I hear them sing, and I get the chills, and I just get all those good vibes when I hear them sing. And of course, the lyrical content, a lot of their songs, if you've got a girlfriend or a wife or anything, it just makes you almost fall in love with whoever you love so much again with. I mean, their music is just very touching and very warm felt and just very sincere. And it just, the music just does something for me when I listen to it. It gets me in that romantic mood, but at the same time, I want to rock my brains out. So I want to rock as well when I hear their music. I mean, they've got some good, fast, hard rock songs too, but they've got those ballads too that just make you melt almost. And I've always been a sucker for ballads, so I've loved all their ballads. So anyway, if you guys like Heart, tell me what you like about them in the comments. Let me know if you've gotten to see them live. I've never gotten to see them in concert. I've wanted to see them so many times, but I just have never gotten to. So if you've ever gotten to see them live, tell me what year you got to see them and what you thought of their show. This is putting out a lot of great smoke right now. A lot of great smoke. And the aromas are just great. I'm getting that charred cedar in the air, and for taste notes, I'm getting some caramel right now. Getting almost some kind of cinnamon, spice, black pepper. I'm getting let's see here. I'm trying to think what other taste notes I'm getting. I'm getting the chocolates. Just getting a lot of great flavors out of this. But so far, the construction's still been really good. It feels really good in my hand. It's just been a beautiful cigar all the way around. It's burning evenly pretty well. Very happy with the cigar. Very happy with it. Yeah, it's a good cigar, guys. I'm glad I finally got to smoke this with you. But if you've ever had the cigar, please tell me what you think of it. Let me know your experiences with it, what taste notes you've gotten. And this is definitely a cigar that I'm going to have to get more of, I think. There I went. I dropped my ash. I knew I was going to finally drop an ash for you guys. And again, I've joked about changing the name of this podcast to Dropping the Ash Podcast. And seriously considering that, because it's been a regular thing on these podcasts of mine to drop an ash. I'm almost going to have to maybe change the name eventually. I don't know, but I want to keep it under Harper Cigar Lounge. But I might have to add dropping the ash in at Harper Cigar Lounge or something maybe for the title of these podcasts. I don't know. But I think it's just funny every time I do these podcasts that I drop an ash for you guys. So it's become a almost a routine or a ritual on these podcasts to drop an ash. So so anyway, you guys tell me if I should change the name of this podcast to Dropping the Ash Podcast or something like that. Maybe you guys can come up with a name for me. But for now, at least this season, I'll keep it under Harper Cigar Lounge, and I'll have to do some serious consideration of that name. I just think it's catchy, and it fits this podcast pretty well. And it just never fails. Every podcast I drop an ash, so every time. So anyway, I wanted to show you another album that I have of Heart that I really love, and that's Bad Animals. It's a great album. The only thing about this album is the first side is really good on this album. The second side wasn't as strong as I was hoping for, and I just got this album here a couple days ago. Finally was able to pick it up. But the first side is Who Will Run to You, Alone, which are both great songs. There's the Girl, another really great song. I Want You So Bad, another really good song. Wait for an Answer. And then side 2 is Bad Animals, You Ain't So Tough, Strangers of the Heart, Easy Target, and RSVP. The second side, not as strong of songs. But there's the back of the vinyl there. Compared to this album, this song, I could listen to every song on this over and over again. And this one, I think probably the first side is probably the side I'd probably want to replay a lot. The second side, not so much. But still a good album. I definitely like it. Here's the record sleeve that came with it. But it is a really good album overall, but not quite as strong as the album they did before that, which was just called Heart that I showed you. And then they kind of came back with this Brigade. And by the way, this album came out in 1987. This one came out in 1987. And then I can't find this on vinyl, but Heart Brigade, really good, strong album. Wild Child, All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You, Secret, Tall, Dark, Handsome Stranger, I Didn't Want to Need You, and really another great song of theirs. The Night, Fallen from Grace, Under the Sky, Cruel Nights, Stranded, Call the Wild, I Want the World to Turn, I Love You. Just a really strong album, and really made up for the second album they brought out, I thought. But just a really, really good album. Some really great photos in here of Ann and Nancy Wilson. Then there's pictures of the band. There's another photo of one of the band members there. So the band members of this album was, of course, Ann Wilson, Nancy Wilson, Howard Leese, Denny Kamasi, Mark Andes, and then the rest is just all the lyrics. But really good album, definitely, guys. If you are a Heart fan and don't have Brigade, make sure you pick it up. I would suggest Heart, the first self-titled album, and then this one here. I would buy these first before I bought Bad Animals. So let's see here. A little more information to go over with you here. So the current members right now of Heart are Ann Wilson, of course, Nancy Wilson, Ryan Waters on lead and rhythm guitars, backing vocals, Ryan Warner on lead rhythm guitars, backing vocals, Paul Moak, keyboards, rhythm, and lead guitars, backing vocals as well, and Tommy Lucido on bass, and Sean T. Lane on drums. So that's the current members. And then their discography I'll go over. Dreamboat Annie from 1975, Magazine from 1977, Little Queen from 1977, Dog and Butterfly from 1978, Baby Lestrange from 1980, Private Audition from 1982, Passion Works from 1983, Heart from 1985, Bad Animals from 1987, Brigade 1990, Desire Walks In 1993, Heart Presents A Love Monger's Christmas 2001, let's see, Jupiter's Darling 2004, Red Velvet, Car 2010, Fanatic 2012, Beautiful Broken from 2016, and so that's the last album they brought out in 2016. And if you want to hear a really good song of Heart, check them out on YouTube as they sing Stairway to Heaven, featuring Jason Bonham on drums, John Bonham's son from Led Zeppelin. This was at the Kennedy Center Honors in December 2022. And this was when Barack Obama was president at the time. So anyway, but the lineup in the 80s was Ann Wilson, Nancy Wilson, Howard Leese on lead guitars, keyboards, backing vocals, Mark Andes on bass guitar, and Denny Carmassi on drums was another lineup they had in the 80s, besides what I read off to you in the last album that I showed you, which was Brigade, this one here. So anyway, but great band, love Heart. I think they've been a great band, and over all the years, and I think they're still a great band. I hope to finally catch them in concert eventually, before it's too late. You just never know. The groups that have been around for a long time, you just never know when their last day is going to be. But I'm glad they're still out and getting ready to do some touring again. So, and having a little bit of trouble keeping the cigar lit, but it's been a really good cigar overall. It really has. But right now, with all the relighting I've had to do, which I don't know if it's my fault or if it's just because it's real too tight, which could be the case, but the cold draw, when I first did the cold draw, it wasn't real loose, but it wasn't real tight, but it could have been a little bit of a looser cold draw, I thought. So it did have a little bit of a tighter draw, but not overly tight. And that could be part of the reason why it's not staying lit as well as it should be. But the next one I smoke could just smoke perfectly with no issues. These cigars are made by human hands. They're not made by machines. So there's going to be some imperfections with your cigars. Some might be too loose of a draw. Some might be too tight of a draw. Sometimes they might unravel on you a little bit or crack, or just not stay lit, the way you want it to. There are imperfections with premium cigars, but it's one thing I love about cigars. You never know what you're going to get when you smoke them. You never know what the experience is going to be until you smoke them. But I better take that band off. It's getting really close to the burn line here. So I'll take that off. I'll go ahead and take off this other one as well. But just a really beautiful band. I love the band on this cigar. There it is up close. Really beautiful band on that. I love it. Blue's my favorite color, so I love the band on that. And there's the other band that I pulled off. It says Pledge on it. So we'll see what the cigar does from here on. Got some Kiss on in the background, which I've got my Kiss shirt on today from the end of the road tour leading up to the New York shows where they ended it on December 1st and December 2nd of last year. Definitely miss those guys. And one thing I love about their music is they've always paid tribute to women in a lot of their songs. So I thought it was appropriate to wear a Kiss shirt today since a lot of their songs are about women and partying and having a good time. So anyway, and that's what the 80s was all about, was having a great time and partying. And of course, the women especially is what got me very interested in hard rock. Just all the videos I watched growing up had so many good-looking women in it. And it definitely kept me interested. But no, the music alone is what I really love. I just love, what hard rock and metal does for me. It just keeps me energized, keeps my mind positive, keeps me focused on what I'm doing each day. And still listening to the same groups that I've been listening to since I've been a kid. Keeps those good memories going of all the great times I had growing up, going out to parties and never got in trouble, thank gosh, but going out to parties and going to all the concerts I've been to. And I still go to concerts, of course. I'll be seeing Iron Maiden in October this year. And I'm hoping to catch Judas Priest. I'm hoping they'll add a show in Colorado here pretty soon. So I definitely want to catch Judas Priest again. I've seen them several times. I've seen Iron Maiden several times. Can't wait to see those guys again. I've been trying to catch Lita Ford. And, of course, I've been trying to catch Hart. Been trying to catch Joan Jett again. Been kind of hoping she'd be kind of in this area maybe eventually, too. I would love to see Vixen again. All these gals are great. I've always wanted to see Doral Pesh and Warlock. I've never gotten to see them, so I'm hoping that will happen eventually. I really do. So anyway, another group that I would love to see is the Pretty Reckless with Taylor Momsen on vocals. I don't know if you remember her in The Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. She was the little girl in that movie that sang. I'm trying to remember the name of the song that she sang in that movie. But that's her that's grown up singing for the Pretty Reckless. And that music that she writes for that band, it's dark. It's definitely dark lyrics. And but it's good. It's good band. If you guys have never checked out the Pretty Reckless, make sure you check them out. Newer metal type stuff, but her voice is really good, really strong, and just very, very haunting, her voice as well. Another great female singer is Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm. And then Angela Gossin from Arch Enemy. First time I heard her voice, she's got that screaming, high kind of voice, very haunting. And I couldn't believe that it was a woman. When I first heard her voice, I didn't realize it was a woman until I looked them up, and I couldn't believe it was a woman with the way her voice is. She's just got that growling voice. And then she's also got a really great singing voice, too, on top of it. So between the mixture of just her regular singing and the growling, and it just really good together with her. So if you've never checked out Arch Enemy with Angela Gossin, you got to check them out. That band, her voice in that band just blew me away. Let me tell you the 10 best female metal singers of all time considered. And I'm surprised these three gals aren't in here that I mentioned just now. I'm surprised they're not in this list. I really am surprised. But there's three different singers from Nightwish. The first one is Tarja Tiernan, I think is how you pronounce it. And then Doral Pesh is on that list as the second best singer from Warlock that I mentioned. Flora Jansen from Nightwish, that's the other singer from Nightwish they put in here. She's also with a band called After Forever. And then Simone Simmons, Erica, Camelot, and Arion and Alina are the band that she's involved with. And then Amy Lee from Evanescence. Liv Christine from Theater of Tragedy. Amanda Somerville from Exit Eden. Let's see, Vivek, Steve, Tristania. I've never heard of her or that band. Sharon Den, Adele, Within Temptation. Annette Olson is the other singer they've had it with Nightwish that's on here. And she's also with a band called The Dark Element and Allison Avenue. So those are the 10 best female metal singers, which I would have definitely added Taylor Momsen in there from The Pretty Reckless. Definitely would have added Lizzie Hill from Hailstorm. She's got such a strong voice. And Angela Gosson from Ark Enemy. I can't believe she's not in that top 10 list of singers. That just blows me away. So anyway, that's all the female singers I wanted to discuss today. I want to get into some shout outs now. And do a puff on my cigar here. But right now, I'm going to probably rate the cigar a 90 right now so far, just because of the relights. Other than that, the construction is great. The taste has been great. It feels really good in my hand. I love the color of that cigar. Love the color. Almost reminds me of a Colorado shade. It almost reminds me of that. But it's just been really, really silky feeling and just a little toothy. But just a really good cigar overall. The burn line has been staying even overall. So that's a plus. The aromas have been great. A lot of smoke off of this cigar. Really good cigar overall. I've been really happy with it overall. Besides having to do some relights, it's been a great cigar. And again, if you guys have had the cigar, make sure you tell me your thoughts and your experiences with it. So let's get into some shout outs. I've got a big list. On the last podcast I did on January 11th, we had 1,304 members. We now have 39 new members, which brings us up to 1,343 members now. And I've been meaning to mention a few people, or a couple people here. Margie Baker from Torrington. Hello, Margie. She joined the very first day I started this group page at Harper Cigar Lounge. So she's been a member since February 14th of 2023. And that was on the first day that I started this that she joined. So thank you, Margie. And thank you for staying in touch with me. I miss you. I miss seeing you over in Torrington. And thank you for being a part of this this group. I know you're not a cigar smoker. I know you're not into hard rock, heavy metal. But just thank you for your support to me. It means a lot. And I miss you. I love you. And I hope you're doing well tonight, Margie. Say hello to everybody in the family there. And then Bruce Zavolo. I can never pronounce Bruce's last name very good. But he's from here in Kimball, Nebraska, where I live. And he joined April 13th of 2023. So hello, Bruce. I'll see you at the store, I'm sure, tomorrow when you deliver bread. He's my Sara Lee delivery guy. So Bruce, thanks for all your support, and I appreciate when you do buy cigars from me at the store. And I know you're into the Sweet Janes, and I've still got plenty of those for you, so stock up, brother. If you come talk to me, I'll give you some great deals on those, by the way. So anyway, let me give you some shout outs. And these are people from all over the world, and I don't know where everybody's from, but if you hear me call your name out today, make sure you message me and let me know where you're from, please. Randy Austin, Jessica Allen, Uptown Hunt, Matthew Porter, James Noel, the Cigar Smokers, Wilson Williams, Cigar Shop, Sean Ogburn, Sayon Glass, Eric Bana, Bill Dickinson, Kate Armstrong, Andy Bremer. You just joined on January 14th of this year. So thank you. God bless you, brother Andy. Hope to see you soon. I'm glad that Clean Harbors is doing well for you out there. Andy used to be the chief of police here in Kimball, and he's out at Clean Harbors. They destroy waste So he's out there. That's where my son works as well. My oldest son, Gage, he works out there. He's been out there for almost 7 years now. So Andy Bremer, God bless you, brother. I miss you. I love you, brother. And I hope to run into you soon. You've always been such a joy and everything in my life. And I'll never forget when you wanted me to join the police force with you at the time. That was a big compliment. That you thought that much of me to want me to come on with you at the time. But of course, you know where my heart is, and that's with my store. So anyway, but welcome to the family, Andy. I'm glad you're a part of all this. So thank you for all your support. Kate Armstrong, I already mentioned her. I'm sorry. Todd Moore, Palmanova Estanco, Tobacconist. I know I didn't pronounce that right. Faisal Kasem, Lars Taylor, Aras Bourbon Lounge, James Drew, Michael Bishop, Hector Lewis Prieto, Lofted Cigars, Missy Warren, David Matson, Prosper T, John Paul, Curtis Celestine, Damon Brown, Jerry Diageo, Daniel Ravanelli. And Daniel, hello to your brother. He's from Cheyenne, Wyoming. He's got a podcast called 505 Cigar Review, and he just joined 2 days ago. So thank you, Daniel. Thank you. I hope to see you at the store tomorrow. I'll have your sample pack for you from me, and I appreciate the ones you're going to bring to me that you have. And I hope we can maybe do something with our podcast sometime together down the road. But Daniel, thank you for joining. Thank you for your support. And Daniel also works for Coke. He's also a rep for some cigar business. I didn't catch who it was exactly. I'll have to find that out more with him. But check Daniel out on all. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. And again, it's under 505 Cigar Review. And he's also, gosh, I'm trying to remember what I just joined. Gosh, I can't think of what I just joined. Gosh, I can't think of what I just got my podcast, got myself involved with as well that he's on. Darn, I can't think right now, but make sure you check him out. And darn, I wish I could remember the platform that I just joined. Gosh, I can't think of it right now for some reason. But it's on. I've got it listed on my group page. It's not Spotify. Gosh, but I am on Spotify as well. And I've got my group here on YouTube as well as Facebook, as you all know. But anyway, I wish I could think of that darn platform I just joined. But he's on it as well, and he does some live shows on it. I'll make sure I mention that in the comments also. So anyway, again, Daniel, thank you for joining. I appreciate you very, very much. And it's been great communicating with you. And I really love what you're doing with your podcast. He's been around for quite a while. He's got a lot of followers, a lot of members, and so I'm really happy for him, and I hope to be as big as you one day. So, but anyway, let's see here. I want to make sure I haven't missed anybody. I think that's everybody that I've mentioned that I needed to mention today. But thank you all the local guys around here. My meat cutter, Curtis Kaiser, and there's some other guys that are from Kimball here that are part of all this. So anyway, thank you guys for all your support. And I want to definitely say hi to my buddies over there at Cigar Junkies in Pittsburgh. Another friend of mine, Daniel, over in Pittsburgh, want to say hi to you. Thank you for all your support for joining this as well, and for being a good friend. And I appreciate the communication you have with me. And I saw that you sent me a message during this podcast. I'll make sure I get back to you. But so many people that are supporting this, and I appreciate all of you. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here, of course. And But hello, Corey and Samuel and Jason over at Cigar Junkies in Pittsburgh. Hello, David Garofalo with the Cigar Authority. And Tim Swanson over at Cigars Daily out of Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you guys all for recognizing this podcast and for your support to me. And I'll always support you guys back, of course, and spread the word about you guys. So anyway, I appreciate all of you very much. And I'll have to tell you how the cigar finishes out. It's starting to, it's not out on me yet, but it seems like it wants to go out on me again. So I don't know. And I keep all my my humidity levels around 64, 65. Maybe I need to look at dropping my humidity levels down to 62 maybe, or 63. I know the more drier your cigars are, the better they burn, I know. So I don't know. I definitely try to keep my humidity levels low enough to where they won't crack or dry out on me. But I try not to keep them too humidified as well, so they don't get too moist, so they won't burn very well. But anyway, not sure. But I've had to relight this a few times. So right now I'm going to keep my rating at a 90, maybe an 89 to a 90. But it's hard for me to go too low because it has been a really good cigar overall. Really good tasting cigar. Construction's great. Burns evenly. The aromas are great. Taste notes, I love all the taste notes out of this so far. I definitely consider this, probably a medium to full strength. I don't know if I would say it's just a medium. I'd say it's between medium and full. But really good cigar overall. Once this podcast is over and I keep smoking this, and I'm smoking and puffing on this regularly, I know it'll probably stay lit better and it'll probably keep going for me. I think it's just, not puffing on it regularly while I'm doing these podcasts, I think is part of the reason why it burns out. I really believe that. I know it's not the humidity levels. But anyway, again, you guys tell me what you think of this cigar if you've had it. And again, there's the band off of it. Really beautiful band. And let me give you the rundown on the cigar one more time. Again, it's the EP CARILLO Pledge Sojourn 6x52. It's a box press cigar. Wrapper Connecticut, Habano, binder Ecuador, filler Nicaragua. Around $12 to $12.99 for suggested retail price. Origin Dominican Republic. Also comes in 5x50 size called the Prequel. Dark wrapper, dark oily wrapper with some discoloration throughout it. Like I said, almost reminds me of a Colorado shade cigar. Let's see here. Just a nice oily wrapper. So I agree with all this so far. Bold aroma, bitter coffee and leather. Which the aromas I've gotten some cedar, some charred cedar maybe. Didn't really get the coffee aromas out of it, but definitely got some like charred cedar. The foot aromas of black pepper, molasses, and tobacco sweetness. Definitely can see some of that in some of the aromas I've gotten off the foot. Let's see here. Aromas in the air, black pepper, molasses, and aged sweetness. I get, like I said, more of a charred cedar is what I kind of get for the aromas. Cold draw had some tobacco sweetness, it says, along with pepper and leather. On the cold draw, I've definitely got a little bit of the sweetness. Definitely some of the leather. Not so much of the pepper, I didn't think, in the cold draw, excuse me. And then in the first third, it said intense black pepper, dark cocoa, toasted sourdough bread, and a mineral finish. I'm not sure what the mineral taste was. Definitely got the black pepper and the coke and the dark cocoa. Second, third was toasted wood, sweetness, molasses, cookie or salty caramel over chocolate cake. Definitely, getting some of the sweetness out of the taste. It could be a molasses, but more of a salty caramel for me, I guess, is where I'm kind of getting the taste notes, like they said. Definitely getting some chocolates. And then the last third, molasses sweetness, kind of a dried cherry taste, which they said dark fruit sweetness. Charred wood, floral notes. I haven't got any of the floral notes. And then it said vanilla. I'm getting some creaminess, of course, definitely, right now. And that could be the vanilla that they're talking about, but getting some creaminess, of course. And definitely getting some sweet, kind of some natural sweet tobacco flavors. Not so sure about the dried fruit sweetness, but definitely getting some sweetness. They said molasses, and it could be kind of a honey or kind of a molasses that I'm getting, but more of a honey kind of a taste, I would say, for the sweetness. But overall, a pretty good cigar, guys. Pretty good overall. And it's still burning fairly even. I'm sorry. Let me get that moved over. A little bit unevenness, but not by much. Building up some good ash again. And I'm glad I could drop an ash for you guys again today, by the way. So anyway, guys, but thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for all your support to me. I hope you've enjoyed this today. In the comments, I'll let you know how this finished out, definitely. But very happy with the cigar overall. I've been really enjoying it, and I think you guys will too. And like I said, I'm going to look for some more of these. And like I said, maybe my next experience will be a little bit better. But it's been a good experience overall. I'm going to probably stick with a 90 rating on this, just because of the relights. Everything else has been perfect on the cigar. Very, very great cigar. Really great cigar. And just besides the relights, everything's been great on the cigar. So really has been great. So like I said, I'll probably keep it at a 90 rating. But cheers to you guys. Cheers to you guys. Breathed in a little bit of that smoke. A lot of smoke is coming off of the cigar, so I got some of it breathed in. I breathed some of that in a little bit. So, but anyway, really good cigar, guys. And I hope if you can get a hold of one of these, you'll enjoy as much as I have today. But let me know your experiences with the cigar. Let me know what cigars you guys like to smoke and what you're up to today, and how your week's going. Tell me anything what's going on with you guys. I'd love to hear you guys stay in touch with me. But please go to YouTube and check out the past videos I got up. Like and subscribe. Share my videos with others that might like this show because of the content on hard rock, heavy metal. And of course, if they're into premium cigars, that makes it even better. But nothing pairs great. Nothing pairs great with a cigar than rock and roll, heavy metal, hard rock, good friends, good family, a good drink, whether it's rum, coffee, or whatever. I like sparkling waters too sometimes. Like I said, I like wines, rums, some whiskeys once in a while. Sometimes I just like regular water with my cigars. But whatever you guys choose, there's nothing wrong with that. But let me know what pairs well with your cigars, I guess, and what you enjoy the most to pair with your cigars. But let me know how you guys are doing. Check out my videos. Like I said, I got a lot of members on this group page, but I don't have as much members on the YouTube channel that I'd like to have. I'd like to see you guys support that more. Give it a like, share it, leave your comments, please. Let me know what you think of the videos. Um, the only way I can do better is by getting your feedback and what you want to see and what you don't want to see, what you'd like to see more of. So let me know, please. Anyway, but guys, also check out Cigar Junkies. They're on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram is what I just joined. That's what I was trying to think of. And that's where you can check out Daniel Ravanelli with the 505 cigar review. He does live shows on Instagram. I just checked out his the other night. Really, really good show. If you're really into learning about cigars and everything, that's a great show to check out. And he's also got his shows up on YouTube. So anyway, but check him out also, and like and subscribe and share his content. Please help everybody out. We're all here for you. We can all learn from each other and share information with each other to help us have better experiences with our own cigars. But make sure you guys that are part of Harper Cigar Lounge, make sure you guys communicate with each other, message each other, get to know each other. Make sure you stay in touch with me as well. I'll make sure I stay in touch with you too. But anyway, God bless you guys. I love all of you. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for being a part of this today. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. You guys are the greatest, and I just appreciate you guys being here at Harper Cigar Lounge. And I hope you've enjoyed this today. Hope you got something out of it, and hope this show made your day. And I hope you guys will have a great weekend coming up. And I'll see you guys around the beginning of February sometime. But I'll see you guys in the comments also. Please leave me comments. Keep in touch with me, please. Anyway, God bless you guys. Cheers one more time. Cheers. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye now.